Do you want more? More time, more balance, more love, more sex, more money, more real, and less bullshit? This is the Women Wanting More podcast with Dr. Karen Osborne. Real life, real stories, plus real tips to get you more of what you want.
So I'm walking back from my son's school this morning. We got actually to school here early today because they had a pancake breakfast. Big deal. I don't think we've come to one before. My eldest boy, Tyson, is in grade 1. And so it was a big deal. Most of the schools here, he's in a small school. It's about 240 kids. And, it made me kind of reflect on this as I'm walking back home now, holding his plate and fork. As they ask you, this is very BC-like where I live, to ask them to bring your own stuff so you don't create waste. Beautiful idea. I love it. But it made me think of this, sister, which is like, it's the little things. It's the little things that matter. See, there's big things, right? If we take a look at parenting, there can be the trip to Disney with the kids. There can be the big birthday party, Christmas time, right? The Easter bunny coming. Tyson just lost his first tooth, the tooth fairy, the bigger things. But really, when it comes down to it, it's the little things that matter most. It's the day-to-day things. It's the consistent daily actions that matter, that make a difference. And here's the craziest part of this. Whether it's parenting, or you can apply this to anything in life, your marriage, work, your health. We discount the little things. We think the little things don't really matter. That there has to be some grand gesture and, big thing. I'm gonna work out 7 days a week. Yeah, over the next, week. and then that's it. Whereas if you consistently, intentionally put food into your body that actually fuels you, you move your body every single day, no matter what. You really make sure that you got your ass into bed and got some sleep, that you drank enough water each day. It's the little things that add up to big things. The little things add up to big things. But because it seems like, again, it's either so simple or it seems like it doesn't make a difference. I've had clients over the last 14, 15, 16 months come at it in two ways. Either say, well, I don't know, it's so simple to do that guess what? It's also so simple not to do it because you think it doesn't matter, or never even do it at all. Literally just from the get-go say, well, I don't think this is going to really do anything, so I just won't do it. But I'm telling you, sister, the thing that's been most true in my life, particularly over the last 2 years, for me living what I've been teaching here on this podcast, that I teach my clients, that I teach in the new Women Wanting More Sisterhood, which I'll explain at the very end of this podcast. Community of like-minded women that are committed to power in all areas of their life. That it's the consistent daily actions that are huge. I said this to a client the other day. I had someone kind of share this with me one time. It's like big doors swing on small hinges. Think about it. Big doors, big ass doors. Okay, the home that we're in has a really big wooden door. It's mostly glass. It's glass at the top. It's kind of very thick. I don't even know what it is. Pine? I'm not really sure. It's a big door. Little teeny hinges that swing that big ass door. Big doors swing on small hinges. Maybe that's what we'll call this episode. Big doors swing on small hinges. It's the little things that matter. It's the little things that matter most, really. And it's the little things that you'll tend to not do because you just think they're little things. So here's your more tip for you today. I want you to pick one of what I call the more four pillars. Okay, take a look at one of those pillars. It can be your marriage. It can be your business or work. It can be your body. It can be family. Take a look at one of those four pillars. And so where in that one pillar, again, either marriage, business, your body, or your family, Have you stopped doing the little things? My recent webinar, I shared one of the tips on the webinar, which was about creating your best marriage, business, body, and family without running yourself into the ground. Because yes, you can have and do and be all these things, sister. It's possible. But there's a system to it. There's a strategy. There's a way to actually make it happen. But one of the things I shared as far as the family pillar is something I do with my boys that I call power words. And so I adapted this from my coach. He does them with his 3 boys. Kind of calls it more like a code of conduct. For us, they just morphed into power words with a 3 and a 6-year-old. That just languaging made more sense to them because we talk about being powerful in our life, making powerful choices, speaking powerfully, showing up powerfully, and what that means. And so I showed a video of me in the car driving my youngest to daycare and me doing the power words with Kai, which some of you might see this as affirmation. But to me, affirmations just seem frivolous, like they don't work for me. They seem very pointless. These are intentionally what I'm having my boys say each day of how we live our life, of how we choose to live our life. And so every single day we do those power words. And I had one of the women on the webinar say, like, oh yeah, I've done those with the kids kind of like, but just not consistent, like here and there. And it's like, well, watch what happens when you actually do it consistently, like every single day. Do the kids sometimes say to me, if not often, I'm like, I don't want to do them. It's like, I hear you, buddy. But this is what we do each day to start our day in power. And it's literally taking probably when I started doing them, maybe 4 or 5 months ago, I'd say in the last month or so, I don't really get a fight from the boys anymore. Not even was a fight before. It's just like, I don't really feel like doing them. It's like, well, if you want your train, buddy, which my 3-year-old Kai is obsessed with trains, or Tyson, if you want to be able to have iPad time, this is what you pay. This is what you do first. Like, okay. And then we go through them. And so now it's just like, hey, power words. We're walking to school, Tyson and I'm like, you want to start them or me? He's like, I'll start them. Because we've done them so much now that the boys they know a lot of the parts by heart. And they'll probably know the whole thing within the next month. It's incredible. It's the small things. And they bring these things up. One of the things that we say is, I'm kind and loving towards others. And so if I see something happening, maybe the way that Tyson is interacting with his little brother, teasing, being mean, I'll ask Tyson, is that kind and loving? And guess what? My kids also hold me accountable for that code with those power words. Mama, you're not being kind and loving right now. I lose my patience. I yell. I'm like, you're right. I'm sorry. Let's clean that up. Big doors swing on small hinges, sister. So where's that one area? Which of that pillar? And what's one action step you can do today to start making consistent daily deposits, consistent daily actions, consistent required actions that will move you towards what you want in that pillar of your life? See, for me, the reason I do the power word, sister, my relationship with my children matters. And I know it does for you too as a parent. Of course it does. For all of us who are parents. But I just see a lot of the unbrainwashing I had to do with myself as an adult that I could have avoided a lot of stuff if these things were actually taught to me at an early age. So what a gift and opportunity we have as parents to really begin to change the message, right? And guess what? Most of the messaging the kids are getting from society is not this. It's not powerful. It's not about being who you are. It's not about being unique. It's about following and blending in and all that shit. Following. Not being you. Suppressing. Doing what society says. So it matters to me that my kids know that, yes, they can create and become anything, which is one of the power words. And yes, the world is better because they're in it. And yes, they say things like, I love myself and I'm the greatest. And I listen to myself and I trust myself. See, I know that by doing this from an early age will make a difference. And this is even before they're going to start listening to their friends a lot more than mommy and daddy at some point soon. And it'll happen for me sooner than I think. I know it's going to be that kind of thing where I blink and suddenly they're teenagers. So I know these consistent daily actions of these power words will make a difference in helping my boys really understand the power that they have to be who they want to be, to, yes, make the world better because they're in it, and to grow up into incredible, amazing, unbelievable men. So here's what I want you to do the next, sister. So I launched a brand new program called the Woman Wanting More Sisterhood. And listen, there's so many of you that have reached out to me over the last, the podcast has been out now for, I think now, it's been about 16 months, 18, about a year and a half now. And there's so many that have reached out, just like, I'd really like to work with you, but you're either just not ready for my group and one-on-one, which is just at a very different level of coaching as far as headspace, mindset, and then also financially. And so there were so many of you that I was just kind of felt like I was turning away. And I knew there was some way that I could help. And so this was the creation of the Woman Wanting More Sisterhood. So it is monthly. Right now, as I record this podcast, it's 47. It's going to be increasing to 77 per month. So you get the association of being with a powerful group of like-minded women that are committed to power and those 4 pillars. And that is your marriage, business, body, and your family. And so each week I'll be doing a Facebook Live training on one of those 4 pillars. I'll be putting in more tips daily. And you get to have the association of other women. Do you know how powerful that is, sister, to have that? And can I tell you how many of you have reached out that said, I don't have women like this in my life who think like me, and I feel like I'm different, and I'm all alone, and nobody gets me? Do you know what it's like to be in a group of women that are like you? See, I do. And so that's why I really wanted to expand my vision and my message with Women Wanting More and really reach you, that there will be women all around the world that will be part of this sisterhood. And you get to get in it from the ground level. Pretty special. Amazing stuff's going to happen in there. Discounts on other coaching programs, my live event. So this is what I need you to do. Head over to drkarenosborn.com/sisterhood. And you're going to watch a short video of me explaining a bit and the reason why I really created this program. You're going to enter in your email. And you can read testimonials of my clients that I've worked with. There's a frequently asked question. And you're going to click on the link that says, yes, I want to join the sisterhood. So right now, again, as I record this, 47 a month. The next bump up, which is going to be soon, will be 77 a month. Still cheap. I'm going to deliver value in there like a motherfucker for you, sister. I promise you that. But this is like $150 a day. Are you kidding me? There is no excuse for you not to be in there and getting more value from a powerful group, from that association, and have access to me at that level. So that's over at drkarenosborn.com/sisterhood. So I will talk to you in the next episode.
A life of more is just one step away from you doing the fucking work every single day. I love and appreciate you.
To get the show notes of each Women Wanting More episode, including the How to Get More tip, subscribe to the newsletter at drkarenosborn.com/newsletter.